Okay, welcome to part 5, how to add color to your mosaic pieces. So what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you have the select tool on, and you can do that by making sure that you have clicked on this little arrow right here in the top left corner. So make sure that's selected, and then you're gonna pick the shape that you wanna add color to. So I'm gonna pick this one. I'm going to move it just out of the way of where it was and take a peek at the color that I'm looking at underneath it. And this is the color that we're going to try to match. And sometimes this can be a little tricky and a little bit of trial and error until you get it right, but that's totally fine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have this selected and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to look for the paint bucket tool. It looks like a little paint bucket with a little drip sticking out of it, or dripping out of it, excuse me. We're going to click on it. And sometimes these colors work, but chances are you're going to want to make your own custom color. And the cool thing about custom colors is once you make them, they stay right here in your key, so you don't have to keep finding them. So I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to play around with this. So this is controlling the hue right here. So the color. So is it more red, magenta, blue, turquoise, whatever it is. And I would say it's like a brownish orange. And this controls the tint. So the higher and more to the left it is, the closer to white. And the further down and to the right it is, the closer to black it is. So this is the tint and this is the hue. Okay, so we're gonna try to guess it as best we can. This is a little bit of a tricky color because it's kind of like an off tannish white. So when you've settled on the color, you'll see it up here. You can click OK. And it's not exactly the color I was going for. It's a little bit pinker and more red. So let's say I want to change it. I'm going to go up here, same thing, and see how it saved my custom color. You're going to click on the plus sign again, and it actually brings you right back there. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit more red and see what happens. And again, guys, it's process. It's a little bit of a trial and error until you get it right. Sometimes I'll go 4 or 5 times before I'm happy with what the color looks like. So we're gonna just try this. This feels like it might be further than what it was. It's a little bit closer. But again, guys, it's just trial and error until you find it. If you are interested in being exact and super precise, I am gonna show you a video on a really cool Chrome extension I have called Color Picker. So watch my next video for that. So again, just make sure you're moving it out of the way to try to match the color. And you're going to do it for every single shape. So what might be easier is if you make all the shapes first and then the color, or you do half and half. It's totally up to you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and let me know.